Hello everyone, it is immense pleasure to meet you again in this video. Here we are going to discuss about the difference between OLTP and OLAP. There are two processes that are used in companies' applications. Which are the applications that are using OLTP and what is the requirement of those applications we are going to see. And what are the other applications that are working on the top of OLAP? What is the purpose of these OLAP applications? What are the characteristics that the OLAP applications should have? All those things we are going to discuss in this video. Applications are developed either on the OLTP process or OLAP process. First we will see about the OLTP process. The OLTP is nothing but online transaction processing. It captures, stores and processes data from transaction in real time. The important thing here is the real time. The OLTP process works on the real time data and what are the characteristics it should have, we will see in the following slide. Next we will see OLAP. The OLAP is nothing but online analytical processing. It uses complex queries to analyze aggregated historical data. Here, the data that is being used by OLAP applications are historical data. We know that the ETL process is used to convert the transaction data and related data into analytical data. They transform the data that is extracted from various sources and loaded into a destination storage that is used for the analytical applications. While doing the ETL process, they are also aggregating the data. Once the data is transformed and joined together, they may do the aggregation also, so that aggregation can be better utilized by the analytical applications. An OLTP system captures and maintains transaction data in a database. For example, in a banking system, there are a number of OLTP applications that are used to create and maintain customer accounts, and they are used to maintain the transaction among the accounts. There are a number of the daily operations the banking people are using with the various online transaction processing applications. Each transaction involves individual database records made up of multiple fields or columns. So every transaction in OLTP application, the data in the every transaction is treated as a record. The record contains a number of columns, nothing but fields. Those contain the data, and when we combine all the data in the columns as a record, we can have a complete information about that particular transaction. This is the way the online transaction data is stored in the database. Examples include banking and credit card activity. We have already discussed about the banking, how they are creating the accounts, maintaining accounts, doing the transactions among accounts. There are some other processing in online for industrial banking, retail banking, everything. Apart from this, how the credit card is used at the retail center, how the transaction is happening, all those things are some example. Some other example, we are booking the train ticket, cinema theater ticket, bus ticket through different applications. These applications are also some example of online transaction processing applications. So there are a number of applications we are using in our day-to-day life that are running on online transaction processing. In OLTP, the emphasis is on fast processing because OLTP databases are read, written and updated frequently. This is the important characteristics of the applications that are running on OLTP. That is, they should process the data quickly. For example, if a transaction is being happened in banking application, that should happen immediately. It would not take minutes. It should be in microseconds or second. Likewise, when you are booking a train ticket or bus ticket, that should happen immediately. That is the requirement of this online transaction processing applications. So it is very important these applications should work quickly, so that the user can carry out their applications without, they carry out their transactions without any delay. If a transaction fails, built-in system logic ensures data integrity. This is also another one important characteristics of the OLTP applications. That is, during a transaction, there is a possibility that the transaction could failed because of server down or any network issue, or the user entered a wrong data. There would be some kind of problem. Because of that, the transaction would be failed. However, the application or the system that should maintain this kind of failure, that is, they should have some kind of logic, the rollback or any kind of logic, so that in the failed transaction can be rolled back and we can enter the new transaction. So these kind of applications should have some kind of built-in system logic to ensure data integrity. Some other applications are working on OLAP. Here the applications are giving information to the business people to develop their business. Actually, the OLTP applications are used for running the applications. At the same time, the OLAP applications are used for developing or to be competent in the market. So this is the main difference between OLTP and OLAP. OLAP applies complex queries to large amounts of historical data aggregated from OLTP databases and other sources for data mining, analytics, and business intelligence projects. We already discussed that while ETL process, the data can be merged and aggregated. Once the operational data is moved by ETL process to the destination system, that operational data will become historical data. The OLAP applications are working on this historical data that is already aggregated to get the insights from the data. That insights will be used by the business people for their further development in their business. In OLAP, the emphasis is on response time to these complex queries. As we discussed, the historical data, that is, the OLAP is working on the historical data. Historical data is growing day by day. The data mounted every day. So every day the volume of data will be increased. Hence, the OLAP application should work with a high volume of data. So here the emphasis is on response time. When you are running a query, the query will run through hundreds or thousands of records to fetch the required information. So the query should be at high performance. It is to be tuned at high performance. Then only we can reduce the response time. So the objective of OLTP application should be the response time should be as minimum as possible. Each query involves one or more columns of data aggregated from many rows. This is the requirement of OLAP application. The query would run through a number of rows. It may be hundreds or thousands of rows based on the requirements, and they can also see the aggregated and different kind of aggregated columns. Sometimes we have to implement some business rules. These are all the requirements of the query. So the response time of the query is utmost important in case of OLAP. The application should be designed to have a very minimum response time. That is, the query should be tuned to give a high performance. OLAP databases and data warehouses give analysts and decision makers the ability to use custom reporting tools to turn data into information. The purpose of OLAP application is we are going to get insights from the data, insights from the different kind of information. These insights can be used for the further development of business, so that company can be competitive in the market. Hence, the applications, the OLAP application should provide the decision makers the proper information or dashboard so that they can take right decision at the right time. That is the way the OLAP applications are being used in an organization.